Hi, good morning and welcome. I'm Jason, and today I'm here to show you how to harvest seed from your white sage plant, Salvia apiana. So I have one right behind me, and the seeds are, or the flowers, they're puckering out, and this is kind of how I collect seed. I know there's a couple different ways to do it, but here, I'll show you really quick. As you can see, we have we have some. This is the flower when it's in bloom, and when the blooms kind of pucker out, they create these like spikes, as you can see, and they're just a whole bunch of these, used to be flower spikes. And what I would do is, once the flowers kind of stop and you get, a bunch of these spikes, and also you'll notice sometimes naturally there's the leaves there'll be some yellowing, maybe a little bit of drying on some of the leaves. The plant is putting a lot of its energy into seed production now, so it's totally normal and expected. Your plant will totally recover from that. It's not a permanent thing. It's just while it's putting energy into seed. What I do is I cut above a node when I make a cut. So I take, for example, this flower spike. Let's say we're going to, it's been a couple weeks, since the flowers have stopped. It stopped for quite a while. You can even wait till the birds start landing on these plants and start eating them, and then there's definitely seed in there. I've noticed that. And so if I notice that and I want to harvest seed, I go and harvest it right away. But, wait 2 to 3 weeks after the flowers are done. And you'll have some seeds that have developed in these little pods. And what you do is, so the nodes, so see these, the leaves are right here. So you just cut above that on a downward angle. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first of all, though, so let me show you two different ways. So there is one way. I don't harvest seed this way, but I wanted to show you just so you know. So you can actually take a paper bag and you can put it over the flower spike. You can secure it with a rubber band or a piece of twine at the bottom and leave it there until you can shake it and hear the seeds falling out of it. That probably is a really good way of saving the seeds. It's not a way that I've done it in the past, but it wouldn't hurt to try. It makes sense. The seeds would fully develop in the seed pods on the plant before you actually harvest them. But this is another way that I like to do this. And do note that the germination rate for these seeds is like 20 to 30%. So you plant a lot of seeds in the spring, so the following year, you plant a lot of them so that you get something in each little cell of your tray. Anyways, here's how you harvest the flower spike. Here's how I do it. So you go in and you get to a node, like right here, and then I just cut on a, here we go, on a downward angle just above the leaf node. There we go. So, now, so you have this flower spike. Oh, and make sure you always use clean pruning shears, and that you don't harvest that you don't make these cuts on a wet or rainy day, because that encourages pathogens. You also want to have very sharp shears because you don't want to really crush the stem that you cut into. You want to just really slice through it. So yeah, I take this and my bag. So I put it into the bag upside down. So the flower spike's in there. It's upside down in the bag. What I'll do is I'll tie it with a piece of hemp, and then I'll hang it either outdoors in a bright and direct spot that gets maybe a little sun, not enough to actually cook the seed pods. I just want them to dry. So I hang them in bright and direct light, part sun, outside. Also, I've hung them inside in bright and direct light if you don't really have a sufficient space outside to do that, or maybe you just don't want bags hanging around in your garden. You can do that as well. If you have a bright and direct spot in your house, just hang it until it's dry. Eventually you'll be able to shake it, maybe in like a month or so, and there'll be some seeds in there. If you want to get every single seed out, you can go through all the pods and crush them with your fingers to get them out, but enough seeds will fall out of this using this method that I don't really think you need to do that. But if you want to, you totally can. But yeah, that's how to save or harvest Salvia apiana seed. It's pretty easy, you know. If you have any questions on it, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. And once again, my name is Jason. Thanks for hanging out.